Marlboro Man from Wham Radio and Wham TV, because we have a mutiny, people, coming at you live from beautiful downtown Berwyn, Illinois. Okay, folks, just a couple of things real quick. You see, I wasn't going to go ahead and do this, but I decided to make sure that the audience was completely updated anyway. So, I would like to say a couple of things about what we do at Outer Heaven Ministries, which is a conglomeration of Wham Radio. That's Wham Radio, WHM, because we have a mutiny, people. Alrighty now, so let me explain a little bit here. That's a little better. Howdy. So as I was saying, when people come to Outer Heaven Ministries for help, we do outreach work, you see. So sometimes we find people, and a lot of the time, though, I'd say most of the time, 90% of the time, they actually find us. Which is interesting, because we don't advertise that hard. But, you see, that's part of the reason we exist, because we're not trying to. We are the last resort. So if someone does come to us, then they're coming to us in the last resort. Like, they've hit rock bottom, there's completely no place left. Like, they've even been through the mental institution already, and maybe even a nursing home or two and stuff like that. So they've already been through stuff, and now they're coming to us because they have no place left to go. Now let me explain how we deal with this. See, this is the interesting part. So first of all, if you come for a drug and alcohol rehabilitation, so say the person, hit rock bottom because they did too many drugs and alcohol, whatever. Well, if that happens, then we immediately offer them a methadone program. However, the funny thing is, only one person has ever taken us up on that, and as a matter of fact, that person was already in the methadone program. As a matter of fact, I think we got them from the program itself. So, but yeah, it's very fun. You would think that if offered an easy way out, that people who, were desperate to get off of drugs and alcohol would take the easy, druggy way out, and use some nice drugs to get off of it. But they don't do that, actually. They've never done, except for the one guy. Like, I've never seen them do that. They always say no. But we offer it. It's available, But again, they always say no. So then, of course, we have to make sure it's like a sober living home type of situation for someone like that. Now, remember, we also have the school for children alongside of this. So during the daytime, of course, there's children being taught in a classroom setting, and they just, have their little kid fun, and they do little kid stuff, and they learn things, and they actually come along pretty quickly. It's very successful with the children's program. Very, very successful. And thank you, by the way, to everyone who has helped us. Seriously, a big shout out to everybody and all of our sponsors, which we have commercials for, so we'll put them in here or something, or I'll mention them somewhere else. But I'm just saying, though, all of our sponsors and all the people that have helped us, we really, really appreciate that, because yeah, the children really take advantage of of the good education. So I would say that is very successful. Well, it's hard to get kids interested in stuff. Anyway, it's even harder to get adults interested in stuff. And that brings me back to, like I said, so sometimes people come for the alcohol and drug rehab, and then sometimes we end up because they just need life coaching, or they're just having trouble with medication or something like that. Usually, it's not a very big issue. From time to time, we do end up, someone slips through the very tight loopholes that we have anyway, because we really don't try to have any. But every once in a while, someone will slip through that completely breaks the mold on like crazy. But thankfully, we're in an area where that kind of happens all the time, so there's an easy way to, or sort of an easy way to deal with that, I should say. Anyway, that being said, I just want people to understand the amount of stress we actually have to put up with here at Wham Radio and Outer Heaven Ministries, because of the fact that we do help not just adults with different problems or disabilities or in transition, because we always say it's in transition, and also children. We help the children, and there's lots of kids out there. So, and sometimes they go hand in hand. Sometimes we're helping the adults and the children, or I'm sorry, the adults and the children of those particular adults. So you see, like a family. Sometimes we have to help the whole family. So anyway, I just wanted to mention that and kind of bring everything up to speed and up to date, especially since so much has happened this season. And rest assured, we do have quite a few shows coming out very soon that are very awesome, and they will be like, full, like, I think half hour, 45-minute, hour long show, whatever they are. Anyway, Wham Radio will be right back. And we have a lot to give you anyway. So I just want to make sure everyone is pleased. We wanted to address the audience. I wanted to make sure that the Marlboro Man from Wham Radio, because we have a mutiny, people, is doing the best that he can for the people that he loves. Well, all right. So, I guess this is it, folks. This has been an episode of Marlboro Man's Minutes to Midnight, a.k.a. Wham Radio. Conglomeration. And I am Minutes to Midnight, signing off, folks. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.